He really does know Taku very well, doesn't he? Exasperated, he shrugged his shoulders and let out a sigh. However, up until the present, he never once belittled me for my hobby. That is, the fact that I love 2D characters. He didn't call me creepy or anything. It wasn't to his tastes, so he didn't overstep himself. Seems like a good guy. Looking at that side of him, he didn't seem like such a bad guy. Exactly. This might have been why I intentionally fell into conversations with him whenever he started talking to me. Maybe he isn't that good of a guy after all. If the girls overheard this, I think they'd be appalled. I think he would be in trouble, yeah. Is she going to be like Taku or something? Okay, this conversation could not be more Japanese, to be honest. I wish people wouldn't toss around the word moe without knowing what it means. Meaning I should never say moe then. Because I don't fully know. And the music is completely gone. That's sudden. Honestly, it surprised me to hear those words coming out of his mouth. I thought he was a person who didn't think about anything other than women. Well, nobody's like that, is it? Are they? I couldn't picture him watching the news or reading the paper. Everybody does it. God, he really isn't much of a conversationalist. So the source was a sports newspaper. Wouldn't that make it completely unreliable? I don't know. We don't really have any sports-only newspapers, but it's still a newspaper. They probably have some main news, a couple of pages. But yeah, surely they checked their sources, so should be alright. Besides, I already heard that news. Not that it had caught my interest. It hadn't. Dude, you were freaking out. And that's why he's interested. How see-through. As I watched Misumi-kun tell me this excitedly, the dots finally connected. They sure did. I saw why Misumi-kun had suddenly started reading the sports paper, which he normally wouldn't have given the time of day. It had to do with the girl. I guess you could call this a natural development. Would he be cool with a murderer, so long as she was cute? Well, maybe. Speaking for myself, I'd be okay with that if she were a 2D character, but... Misumi-kun cast his eyes at the blue sky beyond the window. His face took a far-off look. Why is he looking like he just achieved enlightenment or something? He does have a smug grin on his face though. Just now, I became certain of the fact that this is a guy who lives solely through the lower half of his body. Yeah, I thought he was alright, but I don't think so anymore. that's why you won't get killed? Good luck. The frivolity of his train of thought whooshed clear over my expectations. Yeah, and mine. I reeled back from Mizumi-kun, who proved himself able to say such a thing breezily and without hesitation. Yeah, it's quite an opposite compared to Taku.
僕は興味ないから。
でもよ、興味ないっつったって犯人は絶対この辺うろうろしてんだぞ。どっかですれ違ってたりするかもしんねえし。
What if Mizumi-kun were the killer? Really? That's what you think about Taku? Honestly, dude. No, I could certainly rule that much out, but I couldn't completely deny the possibility that it was one of the students here. Oh, paranoid much. If that were the case, maybe I should say I have post-traumatic stress disorder. To maneuver my way into graduating even with insufficient attendance. Oh man.
なあ、今日俺と一緒に殺人現場見に行かね。ここから歩いて行けんだってよ。まだ血とか残ってるらしいぞ。
I'd have absolutely zero interest in doing so. All I wanted was to peacefully and safely take my classes, hurry up and go home, greet my Seraton, and return to the world where I can become a god.
もう小橋と長谷川は見に行ったって言ってたしよ。
本当に興味ないんだ。
Just say no, dude. What was... what? Green, red? I felt bad for turning down Mizumi-kun. I was getting so into it, but I couldn't go along with this. I have no clue why that is clickable, or what it is. So I squeezed out my voice with the intention of somehow refusing him, but he wouldn't
そしたら
listen.
犯人とばったり会っちゃったりしてな。犯人は犯行現場に戻ってくるってよく言うだろ。んで、次はタクがターゲットにされるんだ。死をもって罪を償えみたいな。罪状はそうだな。引きこもってたからってことで。
Do I really just have to click one, or how am I supposed to know which one to click? Assuming I can only pick one. Or it's not telling me anything. So I'll just continue the conversation, I guess.
僕は引きこもりじゃ。
Oh. Apparently not. Offended by how Mizumi-kun had put it, I started to protest. But when I began to question what I would do if my saying that had made him dislike me and bully me, and in the end, I only swallowed my words. I bit my lip and turned my face away from Mizumi-kun. My line of sight wandered aimlessly, and I gazed vaguely at the words written on the blackboard. So what was those two things? Did I miss something? Did I screw up? I have no idea. At first, I had no interest in what it said. All I recognized was the fact that words had been drawn there. But as I gazed at it, an odd discomfort rose up inside me. What is going on? I had already sprung up from my chair.
ちょっとどいて。
おい、どうしたんだよ。
Pushing Mizumi-kun out of the way, I went up to the blackboard. Seeing the letters written there, I fell into the illusion that for an instant, my heart seized up as though someone had squeezed it. Whose eyes are those? Oh, that is just creepy as fuck. What is up with that? Those were the words I often murmured in my heart when I sensed God's gaze. That's too many times. That's Shogun and now someone on the blackboard. Does that mean that Shogun is a classmate? I have no idea. I'd never let them out of my mouth. Even more impossible then. I had no one to speak them to. I'd never even said it to Missumi-kun. There's no way anyone in this class knew that I often used those words. Why? Who? To what end? I whipped around and looked around the classroom. The only one paying attention to my behavior was Missumi-kun. All the others were eagerly jabbering to their friends or reading manga that they were forbidden to bring here in the first place, or plastered flat against their desks and sleeping. Who was it? Who wrote this? When did they write it? Had it already been written there back when I first entered the classroom? I couldn't remember. Normally I'm not all that conscious of what's written on the blackboard.